Joining us now, Mike Detmer, candidate for U.S. Congress, 8th District in Michigan. Mike, you were there yesterday. I like having you on because you give us that first-person perspective. Walk me through what's happening, what you saw yesterday. I know you also spoke. What message did you put out?
Well, there was a couple of messages. Number one, we have the ongoing debate whether what she's doing is constitutional or not. And the other part of this is we've got to get the state open back up. You know, with Congress passing or the House passing the HEROES Act, which is really packed full of liberal pork, like funding for illegal aliens, there's stimulus in there for that, sanctuary cities. That's not what we need. We've got to get businesses open back up. The governor yesterday here in Michigan put out, she loosened some restrictions allowing some businesses to open up in the upper peninsula of Michigan, in the northern lower peninsula of Michigan, but even restaurants and bars can only have a few people inside at one time, and a business cannot be sustained that way. And so part of this rally is calling for Michigan to open up, but do it responsibly. If businesses want to require their employees and patrons to wear protective gear, that's fine, but let's get them open. There's not enough stimulus in the world to keep our economy going if we don't get businesses open back up. And especially businesses that are really, they're at the point now where they may not reopen their doors. I'm saying open your doors. Let's get things going again.
Bring me back to why there's such outrage over Governor Whitmer there in Michigan, because some viewers may watch and they say, look, we've got lockdown orders extended in our area. What's the big deal with them? Why is it different in Michigan? Explain that to us of why it's different in Michigan and why so many people are outraged with the governor there.
Well, Michigan's certainly a unique state, and we've got some great patriots who have been helping to organize these rallies and get the word out. But there's this sentiment here that don't tread on me. You know, we are a free people, and this is about what we want. We've been asking for months is give us the information so we can protect ourselves, our businesses, our families. But this is unprecedented to shut down businesses throughout the state and create so much harm. There's more harm being done now because of this than what the virus is doing. And that's, we're just standing up. And, you know, I'm trying to lead that charge. There's a lot of great people leading that charge, and it's having an effect. In fact, yesterday, Senate Majority Leader in our state Senate, Mike Shirkey, actually came and spoke. And he was really, he was against some of these rallies in the past. So it was nice to see him finally joining this movement.
You turn on the news and you see the protests happening. And of course, the things that do get highlighted for minimal amount of time, we're allowed to air certain things based on how, you know, the news cycle goes. You're going to see the protesters, some with guns out there. For some watching, that may be a scary sight for them. Even Hillary Clinton piped up on Twitter about this, about the armed protesters. This is what she said. We'll show it to you really quick, and then I'll get your take on all of it. But she called the peaceful display. Again, it's peaceful. There's nothing that happened. But she calls it domestic terrorism. She said it cannot be tolerated. End quote. And the tweet's on your screen there. Should she be making comments like that?
Well, that's typical. When Democrats can't compete with you in the arena of ideas, they go to this narrative of we're terrorists or racists or bigots or homophobes, and it's labeling, and that's not what this is. The group of people that went to this rally yesterday and have been at every other rally are good patriots. They're Michiganders. They just want to go back to their lives. They want to get their lives back. They're not interested in this new normal, which is being pushed across the media airwaves right now. But that's totally unreasonable. Nobody was brandishing firearms. They were carrying firearms. And I got to tell you what, that spot in Grand Rapids yesterday was probably the safest place you could possibly be. But they are expressing their Second Amendment rights to do so.
What about other protests? Are we going to see future protests in that area, in Lansing or Grand Rapids?
Well, as long as the governor keeps on this trajectory, yes, we will. And, you know, she just closed down. And here in Michigan, we have a tradition on Labor Day where thousands of people cross the Mackinac Bridge. And it's been around for decades. She's canceled that. She's tried to cancel 4th of July festivities. So I don't believe she's got any intention of opening the state if it was up to her anytime soon. So as long as that continues, there will be more rallies, and they're going to keep getting bigger.
Yeah, well, a lot of eyeballs are on Michigan and the governor there as well. So we'll see what happens next with that. As always, I appreciate you coming on and sharing insight. I got to get every man's voice, and you helped to do so. Mike Detmer, candidate for U.S. Congress 8th District. Absolutely. Stay safe.